Ciao, my name is Eleonora and welcome to my channel, my big dream and my biggest life challenge. I am renovating a cascina, which is a typical farmhouse in the countryside of North Piemonte in Italy. I'm taking the courage that I've feared for many years to tell you my life adventure here on YouTube. In 2019, I used all my savings to buy a portion of the farmhouse, which is located at the entrance of a big piece of land that my family still owns. It is a place where my ancestors used to live in the past. So I chose with my heart, but I could not imagine that it was going to be the beginning of the most challenging, painful and tough project of my life. After many years of work with a full-time job, I was feeling the need of a place to live close to the nature and to a piece of land to grow my own food. So I really thought my family's land was the perfect choice. This is the place where my grandfather was born. My childhood memories are here, walking in the forest, picking blueberries, cutting wood. Fields were vineyards because everyone was making wine for their own consumption. When I was still a kid, we used to make wine by pressing the grapes barefoot. These forests are not very big. There are busy roads nearby and planes crossing the sky. But in my opinion, they are a precious heritage for everyone. Trees provide shade, fresh air, shelter for wild animals, wild food. But unfortunately, the majorities have lost the connection to these forests. They are just seen as a dangerous place or an empty land to exploit. The land is slightly hilly, because these are deposits of different materials accumulated during the ice ages. The top layer has a fair amount of clay, so the water cannot penetrate, and when it rains, the streams flow abundant, and everything becomes lush. These trees are northern red oak, are not native from this area, were planted by my grandfather and by my grandmother 50 years ago, one by one from a tiny tree cultivated from the seed. I had the occasion to buy this farmhouse, which is a portion of a bigger one. I have neighbors. It is not in the middle of nowhere. It is quite close to roads and villages. So it might not be like the dream country house you see in the movies, but it is my little dream in the real big world. The property needed deep renovations, reasons why I had to follow a complicated bureaucratic procedure to make it happen. Italy bureaucracy is really tangled. It has taken me 4 years so far, and yet I'm not done. I have involved countless of people, many professionals that claimed to be so and were not, but luckily also a lot of serious and trustworthy ones. All the plumbing, electricity, heating system has been redone by technicians. No way I could do it by myself, and anyway they have to be certified and signed by professionals to be legal. When I started this project, I was motivated by two main guiding principles. One was to use only natural materials like lime, clay, wood. I wanted to avoid cement and plastic. I thought that this way was more appropriate for such a context, and I wanted to use more eco-friendly and healthy materials for the house I wanted to live and breathe in. The second one was permaculture. I did a PDC, a permaculture design course in 2019, and its principles really resonated to me and to the vision I had for this land. But I have to be honest, the project became so complicated that I accepted to do a lot of compromises. Natural materials are not so common, only few people are able to use them. The company who made the renovations has used indeed only lime and wood, but the result that we can see here is way too far from what it was supposed to be at this point, compared to the initially planned budget. And the execution is not the most accurate. So now I have to continue the project in the best way I can, with what I have left now, which is not much. So, things did not go as I imagined. A lot of work has still to be done. I have to do it by myself. The garden has become a deposit of all the construction materials, but the workers did not really take care of it, so now everything is all around the place and covered by weeds. There are heavy materials leftovers everywhere, soil from the foundation that I have to dig by hand because the machine cannot reach this point. The garden to clean, plant, bring back to life. This project was my personal passage through hell. I had endless sleepless nights. At a certain point, it became so complicated that I could not even come here. I wanted to quit and I could not. It has been a nightmare, but I still believe I can transform this place in my little paradise. What do you think? Will I make it? One permaculture principle that I love says, the problem is the solution. I like to see all the problems I've had so far, and I'm sure I will still have as many solutions I have found and that I will be able to find.